Hey guys, welcome to History Behind the Warrior, and today we're going to be talking about the Red Cyclone Zangief. Now in terms of canon, Zangief makes his first ever appearance in Street Fighter Alpha 2. Now during the events of Alpha 2, Zangief travels the entire world, wanting to train and hone his skills. Now back in the Soviet Union, Zangief is seen as a hero. Now during his travels, he encounters Birdie, who he manages to defeat. And later on, even Ken Masters, who he refers to as a mama's boy. Now after this fight, he'd in fact travel to Siberia, as he wanted to do more rigorous training. Now during the events of Alpha 3, Zangief was sent in to combat the forces of Shadaloo, whose corruption has been apparently spreading over to Russia. So when he enters the fight to battle Shadaloo, he comes into contact and befriends people like E. Honda and R.mika. Now during the events of Alpha 3, it's widely believed that he lost to Blanka, meaning that he was unable to reach the Psycho Drive. Now although he did lose, he returned back to Russia satisfied. Zangief then appears in Street Fighter 2, where he participates in a tournament held by M. Bison. Now it's widely believed that he was defeated here as well. Dissatisfied and believing that he needs more training, Zangief would return to Russia and battle bears in the wilderness. Now sometime after this, he'd be approached by a large wrestling promotion, who would not only just sign the Red Cyclone, but have the entire show based around him. At first, Zangief refuses, but is then told he'll bring pride and honor to Russia, to which he is then more happy to be with the promotion. Now during the events of Street Fighter 4, Zangief would enter the World Warrior tournament held by Sin, to prove to his fans that he's still entertaining and he's still strong. Now in terms of canon, it's unaware how far he actually did progress in the tournament, but if we look at his ending in Street Fighter 4, we could widely consider this as semi-canon, where he's in fact got Seth in a headlock, to which Zangief fans see Seth as the bad guy, and by him doing this, it's kind of revitalized his career a little bit. Now in Street Fighter 5, there's a lot of his prologue story which could be considered non-canon, but it does show how he's taken R.mika under his wing and begins training her. So it is semi-canon, and for the purposes of telling and expanding on his story a little bit more, I will explain it here. Now after taking R.mika under his wing, the two would begin traveling the world, wanting to teach her and make her observe how he fights, so that one day the young wrestler can reach the caliber and success that Zangief has. The training takes them all around the world, from Russia to China to New York. This journey would lead Mika to meet characters like Rashid, Azam, Laura Matsuda, and was a great way of expanding Zangief's character, showing that although he's at the top of his game, he is more than happy to bring people on his level. Now after their travels, Zangief teaches R.mika about the concept of muscle power. Now not long after this, the two would in fact form a tag team, and this tag team would in fact feature in the main story of Street Fighter 5, where the two are seen in the opening and are apparently taking on Alex and Laura in a tag team match. Now Zangief does play a very minor role in the events of Street Fighter 5, but out of all of the characters, he probably has the most memorable scenes, as he shows a clear display of what really muscle power is, because in the main story he's sent to find a chess piece with Guile, and this would lead him to come into contact with Balrog, Ed and a few of the Shadaloo dolls. Now Zangief is straight up able to take the hardest punch Balrog can give out to him in the chest. Might I also say, Balrog is in fact known for killing an elephant with a single punch, so Zangief literally used muscle power to power through it. Now despite this, Zangief is in fact blindsided and the chess piece is stolen. Now he does appear later on at the Shadaloo base, where they're rescuing R.mika and Ibuki. Now Craze Psycho Power with a bell attempts to stop this, but he's picked up by Zangief and pile-drived, knocking the MMA fighter out. Now Zangief does make his final appearance during the fall of Shadaloo, where he's fighting a Shadaloo doll, and is able to break her sword in half by using muscle power. He needs a nerf, man. And Zangief does in fact make his final appearance when Shadaloo is finally destroyed, where he's seen departing from the base, alongside his fellow heroes. And that's really it for Zangief, guys. He's definitely one of my favorite characters. This guy has plot armor like no other character has ever had plot armor ever. Muscle power, that's just ridiculous. Now I like Zangief a lot, but I do feel like they're slowly drifting away from this character and wanting to pass the torch on to R.mika. But what do you guys think? Would you like to see R.mika take on some of Zangief's moves? Or would you love to see Zangief appear in another game? Please put down in the comments below. Now as always guys, please comment, like, subscribe and share this video with everyone you know. Please take care and I will see you all next time.